right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. What is going on? Welcome back to, it is episode 3 of Something Geeky in Our Collection. I am Chris C., the Geeky Dude, joined by
Caveman,
my boy, Mr. John Doe Juggalo down there at the bottom. I have all their links in the info bar. Subscribe to these gents. Again, thank you so much for the nomination. It's just cool just to be nominated for or YouTuber of the month. It's great to show the love for us little guys here and all this other stuff. And we're just going to be talking about geeky shit and great animation and great other things. And going to talk about Spicy City, a very underrated animated show that HBO had back in the day when they did Spawn, the animated series, which I liked a lot. And then you have this show too, coming out the year I graduated, 1997. So we're going to be talking about that and some other good stuff. So hope you gents are doing good and ready to go here in a second. So let's see. Got Brad here. What's up, my friend? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that.
Brad.
Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Brad.
Jane Doe, thank you very much. It's very cool to see you there. Yeah, absolutely. Stuff like that, of course. Actually, Caveman deserves to give you like a shitload of cookies there, Miss Caveman. So I do appreciate you always joining us and having fun with us geeky gents here. So, everyone just saying hi. And, we're just going to get started. First off, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. I can't complain. I've been watching some really good stuff lately.
Yeah, me too. And I had a Calm the Hell Down haul stream earlier this week and got my vinegar syndrome stuff in. To Brad's point, he's in the chat, said I thought I was going to calm down. I'm like, no, obviously not, but that's the last big one. I was talking to them. I do have some pre-orders from Kino. I guess they're waiting for one pre-order to come out. Then they'll, it's just like 3 titles. I know that those are out already. So I'm thinking it's one more that I pre-ordered. And then that's really about it, really. So it's just me hiding low and doing these marathons of lives and doing videos, man. And excuse me, just keeping the love. So
I'm doing okay. I didn't mean to be rude or anything because I was.
No, you're all good there, kid.
I was doing that. So can you bring that back up? The link I just posted. So everybody needs to go to that link, and all you got to do is comment on the video saying if you want Chris to win or you want Dirk to win. That's all you got to do.
My man, Gore Forever, a.k.a. Chuck, he's a cool dude. He posts a lot on Instagram with a lot of stuff going on. He's a very cool dude. He's more busier than I am and stuff like that, so it's very cool that he got a shout out. There's another one I subscribe to. I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting his name. He's very cool too. I think he's called Rad Somebody. I think you pronounce it with a capital R first. He does good content too, putting out the good stuff. And all great nominations. And we're all having fun with this good stuff. So today
it's always so hard to vote because they're always good nominees. Like they always put good content creators up against other good content creators. So it's always really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll just
go over there and make a vote. Like any of the guys deserve it. If they got nominated, they deserve it. So don't feel bad if you don't vote for someone in particular. Like they all make good content. So.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, just so you know though, if you don't vote for Chris or Dirk, Brad will come get you.
Yes. But don't feel bad for voting for one over the other because they're both great guys.
Very cool. First off, I'm going to show the trailer to Caveman's streaming or new kind of show he's doing with Reed, aka Spicy 4K Action. I popped that up here real quick, and we'll get to that in a second here and show kind of what the plans are for that, which seems to be a very great idea there, Caveman. I'm definitely impressed.
Well, Reed deserves a lot of that credit. So
he had his fortunately his PC, what have you, decided to be dipped in, what'd you call it, cold water, something like that?
No, ice cubes. But
ice cubes, yeah. So basically ice cubes. So
AKA water.
AKA water, that's right, AKA frozen water. Great stuff.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah,
this is a thing we'll be reviewing.
That's a very nice idea.
Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. But that is a very nice steelbook. Yes, I have a love for that film a lot. Yeah, I watched the animated series when I was a kid, and it was dark then. There were certain themes in that series that can hit differently, specifically when you're a kid. Specifically, I Am the Night. If you have not seen that episode of Batman the Animated Series, check that one out. That'll bring you to tears every time. So yeah, that's very cool, Caveman. I can't wait for that.
This will bring you to tears too. But
I've seen it. It's been a while.
You need to send that video to us so we can get all that worked into it too.
Yeah.
Have a little time because it won't be happening this weekend.
No, it's okay. Now give him time, and we'll get a badass first episode of that. Some bangers there. I like all the stuff you showed, specifically 9. I don't think that film gets talked about enough. I haven't seen 9 years. Yeah. Titan AE, of course. I only have a DVD of that. I don't think there's a Blu-ray release of that because it's Fox. So
yeah, there's only DVDs.
And all the bangers for classic anime, of course, Ninja Scrolls on there, and some other goodies that I've not seen in a very long time.
Bonus here for people, and I'm only mentioning this for one reason, and that is I've talked about this movie during a thing with Dave and Rich, and I didn't know that there was a Blu-ray available of this, and Allie messaged me on Instagram with a link. So,
okay.
What planet are you from? The Blu-ray though.
Okay.
So
it's an all-star cast.
Another great John Goodman role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary Shandling. Wow. Yeah, an actual Blu-ray. And Ben and Graham Kinnear. Those are heavy hitters right there. That's very cool, Caveman. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very cool.
But big thanks to Allie for.
Hell yeah, Allie, very cool. Yeah, Allie's great.
Yeah, because this is the
DVD of that. Yeah, absolutely, very cool. All right, we'll get into this series that we're going to be talking about today, and that's Spicy City. Very good. Let me take care of this. A very underrated, really, series that HBO did when they did originals. Actually, good originals, I can say, but it's been, been whatever like that since I've seen.
They still throw out a Game of Thrones every once in a while.
Yeah, Game of Thrones every once in a while until they end it. Yeah, or House of the Dragon. So, but Spicy City, created in 1997, an anthology of sesky risque animated stories in a futuristic city with a seamy side, very neo-noir-esque, kind of like Blade Runner, like you say, Caveman too.
Heavy metal,
stuff like that too. A lot of neo-noir stuff here. And created by Ralph Bakshi, I believe. Stars Michelle Phillips, Charlie Adler, Tina Hicks, and stuff like that. Really interesting voices. People I haven't heard about in a while. Charlie Adler, it's been a while since I've heard his voice in quite a few things, so it's always cool to hear these kind of classic voices for these characters.
Right. So on one of the episodes, they actually showed somebody writing on a thick iPad. Did y'all catch that?
What was it? Oh,
like a thick iPad, and this was released in 97.
97.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they definitely got a few things right about things that are happening today.
The virtual one episode, the virtual online love story and stuff like that. Right. I like that one.
That was actually the episode that probably stuck with me the most out of the whole series. Was the VR one, because honestly, some of it was hard to catch and get what they were talking about.
Yeah,
kind of for me, it was hard for me to follow along some of them. But that VR one, it felt like it was made today.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about things that are just normal things now.
A lot of stuff was like I say, the neo-noir one with the detective. There's one with the detective who helps this guy who sounds like Marlon Brando a little bit. I think they did that on purpose to rescue his wife, right? Or he asked, is she your daughter or something like that? And he's like, no, she's my wife and stuff like that. That's actually quite a good story. It's definitely interesting.
Even the one where the judge turns out to be just hunting body parts.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost a sad ending to that episode too, because it shows her kind of back where the dude found her, and she's obviously sad, but you kind of see the difference there. It's like Ghost in the Machine, basically, right? Where they have a personality, they have feelings, all that good stuff. But it's
So what are your guys' thoughts of it? Were you guys cussing me during part of it? Because this was my suggestion. So it's okay if you were cussing me, but hopefully we can be friends again.
I dug it. The thing that I kept thinking about was, now this might be kind of rude, I guess, but I just kept thinking, man, this looks a lot like Batman.
It does, doesn't it? It does. You're right.
It just felt a lot like somewhere in between Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond, where it had like futuristic stuff, but the animation felt a lot like.
Yeah, like Bruce Timm did it, which I'm kind of surprised. It almost has that same type of animation style that Bruce Timm would do. Legendary.
Now somebody that's a real big fan of the show might say that that's very rude of me to say, but as when this show came out, I was not old enough to be watching this. I grew up in the 90s when Batman Animated Series, what I grew up on. So as I'm watching this now as an adult, to me the animation's very similar.
Yeah, basically, the first one, episode 1, Love is a Download. A woman seeking escape from her abusive boyfriend finds true love in a virtual world in the guise of a geisha. Yeah, so they're doing top rated, which is funny because the YouTube channel had these in different order. So, but yeah, my favorite episode I was telling Caveman was this one right here, Mano's Hands. This one was a funny, trippy film or a trippy episode.
What's the twist ending at the end?
Oh yeah, I like the twist at the end. But yeah, when a gangster cuts off a bongo player's hands, he soon discovers that they have a life of their own. It's almost horror-like. You know what I mean? It's very horror-like. That's what I like about it.
What I liked about this series just in general was like no same two episodes felt like they fit under the same genre. Like, yeah, animation, but like one was like a noir, one was kind of like horror thriller-ish.
All in that
and
city.
Then like there was like a love story one, and then there was like a technology one. So like there was like all these like sci-fi ones, so all these different genres, which I really dug that. It reminded me of like an animated Tales from the Crypt. It was like an anthology, and you had that girl at the beginning of the episodes opening it up.
Yeah, opening it up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Raven. Yeah. Like say season 1, episode 3. This one, like I said, this is one we're talking about. A detective goes on a search to find a rich man's daughter. So it was his daughter, only to return with her clone instead. That's what they don't tell you. And then that was a surprise because it was actually her in that place, or so you think. It's his, a clone instead. It's not his daughter. You kind of don't realize that until he says, "Okay, I got your money." He closes the door.
But he programmed the daughter because all the brain encoding was on those discs.
Yes.
So even though it was a clone, he gave
exactly
daughter's brain.
Yeah, it was definitely a sad type of ending to that. It was a good story. He gets the help from this he does body parts and stuff, right, or something like that, and he asks him is there any way you can get me to this place? He gets this dude to help him and stuff like that. There's like these mutants that live in this cave area and shit like that where they have to go. It's a good episode. They could do a movie on that in general if they wanted to, you know. It's like that kind of good to me. And he ends up getting her out, and then just the ending is pretty depressing, but pretty dark for what it is. And I like it. Season 1, episode 4, An Eye for an Eye. This one was really good. A ruthless female cop named Margot, known for betraying and blackmailing people, gets her comeuppance when she is arrested for killing her partner's wife. Yeah, that was done really well. That kind of surprised me. I know this is adult animation and stuff like that too, but I'm like, wow, there's a fight between those two, the detectives and her, you know, and her. The wife is there all tied up, by the way, who happens to be mostly naked, by the way. And yeah, because we know kind of what Margot is into and all this other good stuff. And yeah, it's a really good story too. And yeah, I'm just smiling at the ending. I'm like going, yeah, poetic justice. That's all I can say about that. So this is a really good.
Yeah, we will add the links to where you can find this on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Section of this once we're done.
Does this have a physical release at all?
Might on DVD. I remember I had I had the tapes of the Spawn, so it probably was released on VHS. So I don't know if it was released on DVD or not.
I mean, I know that Spawn was on DVD because Spawn was in the snapper cases.
That's right, it was. I love snapper cases. They don't get enough love.
But I was just wondering because I've come to realize in 2024 is that most HBO physical media stopped at DVD. Like The Hitcher, right. It's an HBO original movie, and it stopped.
I didn't know that
on DVD.
I forgot about that.
If you go and you look at a lot of HBO original movies and miniseries, they just kind of stopped at DVD.
I think it was either HBO. A little off topic. It was. I thought maybe it was HBO, or it had been HBO. Did an original movie with Tom Berenger playing. His last name was Steele, like American Made. It was that story. It was like an HBO film and stuff like that, but that was done a long time ago. I don't know if anybody in chat knows about that one or stuff like that, but I think it was Tom Berenger that played Mr. Steele, you know, doing drugs back and forth and all this other stuff, and happened to get killed, I think, outside his house, you know. So it's interesting stuff.
At least as far as eBay goes, there's nothing for VHS or but they've done that like with Dream On. Dream On's another great HBO series that was on back in the late 80s, 90s. It had like 6 seasons, but the first 2 seasons are all that's available on DVD.
Nice. This one, Sex Drive. This was the first episode I watched, so the YouTube channel kind of had it in different order. Female police.
Yeah, there's two ways. There's 2 ways to watch it. There's, I guess we'll post both links, but there's one that if you watch it, it's all in one. It's like the 3-hour length of everything.
Right.
Because they're about 20-25 minutes per episode. Times 6, so under 3 hours.
That's not too bad. Sex Drive. This was the first one I watched. Yeah, a female police detective who's being mistreated by her coworkers and a cyborg prostitute uncover a plot to suck the intelligence from men with virtual prostitutes. Yes, so this was the first one.
That was a VR episode.
Yeah, there's also a link though that we'll include that takes you to where they have each episode individually.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Which is how I watched it.
Yeah. Sex Drive is like basically a heavy metal type of episode. You have these corrupt piece of shit cops and stuff like that doing the typical misogynistic thing, you know, smacking her on the butt and all this stuff. And
so this was the VR one, right?
No, the VR one was this one. Love is a Download.
Really? Okay, so I must have watched them out of order because I watched
me
Love Is a
too.
Download. I think it was like the 5th episode.
Yeah,
I watched them.
it was the
I
5th
watched
one.
them individual episodes because it was easier for me to digest it like that.
Me too. I do because they're only like 23
Okay,
minutes
so
long.
all right, so I watched them out of order. Okay.
That's fine. So did I. So, and this one's just funny because she gets taken by this like evil doctor and stuff like that. The prostitute does, who has that Grace Jones type of a haircut, buzz cut, and she gets implanted with something, I think, or becomes basically a cyborg type machine. So she starts taking out these dudes and stuff like that.
Gets implanted like with like a digital reader or whatever.
Yeah. So basically used in very sensual ways that she does. Basically, to me, she's giving men these pervos a flipping heart attack every time, and it seems to be that way, almost like a vampire, a little bit. And
they pop out of her mouth right before she kisses them, and then they shake and they flail on the ground. And
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's what makes it very kind of like heavy metal cartoony like, because they do it in a cartoon. There is death in here, and it's done in a cartoon type sense. It's really trippy. Of course, the last one, which basically takes this series full circle, Raven's Revenge. So this is her story. Raven is hounded by futuristic police forces for being a plague carrier. A mysterious, guilt-ridden man offers her his help to get to the bottom of things. So it starts out kind of like with a freak show type of a thing. Of course, one of the performers looks like a Daffy Duck. He goes to her show where she sings this song, which gets everybody all worked up. Of course it does. And he all of a sudden gets sick, like really sick. And they basically do what you think a government would do. They quarantine the whole place and they take him out because, he's infected with this plague and stuff like that. And then it gets kind of really, this dude finds her and stuff like that. And because she touches, what is it, like a handprint thing, right? And she gets pricked by something. She starts bleeding. It gives him an excuse to get a sample from her. And, he's all looking at it and says basically she's sick.
He scrapes it off the floor, doesn't he?
Yeah. And basically he formerly worked for this pharmaceutical corporation, basically a typical corporate monster. And you find out created this virus to begin with, which he was part of. And, he does the hero thing where he goes, I'm going to finish what I started here. It's a good ending scene for that. You have these conjoined twins all helping her out. And it's really good. I like this. It was a good ending to it. It's pretty hardcore too. So
who thought it was interesting that they went with 4 boobs, not 3?
Right.
Or
right. Yeah, exactly. Right. A la Total Recall. But basically they showed the photos, the virtual one that you're talking about, Virtual Love. She's still telling the story, and it's these two right here. He's the one that he's a programmer for the game, basically. A former, like, what is he, Caveman? He's like a former like general or something like that. There's a good scene between him and this piece of shit who messes around with this lady right here, and says, he goes, wow, look at all this stuff. And he goes, you're like a hero or something like that. He says that was a long time ago. They don't exist anymore, something like that. So it's pretty good. So you have basically Mike Tyson, wannabe type of person here.
But that's his avatar, so everybody knows. These are their avatars.
Yeah. What they really look like, she's like the typical kind of like hot blonde, but he's been through battles and stuff like that. So, it is, but it's a really good story. I like this one a lot. It can almost pull at the heartstrings a little bit, the way he kind of talks to her and stuff like that too. But it's a good cyber love story, so to speak. But so I like it a lot. Yeah, and he got the Lifetime Achievement Award presented by World Animation Celebration. So he knows, just really, HBO Animation. They've been around for a long time. I watched HBO Animation since I was a kid, and my parents had it. HBO showed some interesting stuff back in the day. They showed the it was
I got a question.
Yeah.
And you guys would definitely know this better than I would. Was this out before Spawn or after Spawn?
Oh, before.
Before, okay, because while I was watching this, I'm thinking, man, this feels kind of like if this came out before Spawn, Spawn drew some inspiration from how graphic it was and how like it just isn't made for kids.
Watching the Spawn animated series it may have been before then, if I'm thinking about it, because watching the Spawn animated series gave me an excuse to get into Todd McFarlane's character. And I'm like, whoa, this dude, he's like literally the first anti-hero I've ever read. You know what I mean? Or ever seen? Because technically he is, you know, Al Simmons, an assassin basically for the Syndicate, you know, and then, yeah, you have to work your way back up to heaven. So, but yeah, just the animation companies that did this stuff back in the day, just really, really, really good. You know, you have the typical all-star kind of cast of people, and it's just really good. Tuesday night, that's really funny. And yeah, all in all, what are you guys kind of ranking on this series?
I'm gonna go 8 out of 10.
I'd go for that. I'd go for an 8 out of 10 when I think about that, because I graduated in '97, so I was like, you know, I was just like, it just brought me back, you know, to that time. That was a different time. The '90s were a different time for me. My dad passed in '99, but, you know, like I said, it was a different time, you know what I mean? So it's like heavy nostalgia for that. Watching, yeah, Cool World, which I have not seen in years, Miss Caveman. I have not seen Cool World in years. Hey, Rob. Yeah, Rob Romano, the Lost Boy.
Hey, Rob.
Thanks for joining in. Say hi. I appreciate it. Great stuff. There it is. How much you pay for that, Caveman?
It was $20.
$20? Oh, yeah, it keeps on going up. Yeah, because Shout Factory released that, or whoever. But
yeah, it was the cheapest I could find it.
Yeah, it's
all in all, it's a good movie.
Yeah. So, what did you think about Spicy City, there, Jeff?
Oh man, I liked it. I'd probably agree with you guys. 8 out of 10. If it came out today, it would have automatically been an 8-episode Netflix original, and I think we'd be waiting for a season 2.
Absolutely.
Like I think it would be renewed. If it was released today, it would have been already, like, it would have been popular enough. They would have said, "Oh yeah, after the 1 week of streaming, we've decided to do a second season."
Right, exactly. I know Amazon Prime is doing another animated show based off the same people who did Invincible. It looks like, I forget the name of it. I remember seeing a trailer for that earlier today.
There was one that they did. It was like a pre-launch thing for season 2. It was like, what they called, like Eve or
Adam, or something like that. Yeah, it's absolutely like good stuff here. Yeah, so just a quick rundown of that. Like I say, it's a very good series. Somebody, I think, I mean, it's on IMDb. I know people really like it and like look at stuff through there or any platforms. It's up on YouTube. So some studio or somebody has it. Who knows? It's Warner Brothers. So I can see them possibly doing something with it on Blu-ray. I can see that, like obscure animation shows or whatever like that. They could do that if they want to.
I mean, they have Warner Archives where they basically just print it as you order it.
Right, they do.
I like Warner Archives. Do that?
Yeah, I like Warner Archives. I almost thought they're defunct. But
you know, we're talking about Warner Brothers. They haven't made good decisions in quite a few years.
No, they have not. No, they have not. The whole thing, different issues. We'll, like you say, we'll eventually get to that. Like I say, for a future something geeky, we're going to be probably the next episode. We'll be talking about this guy right here, Fireworks and stuff like that. A slice of life anime film. Like I say, the one I'm going to talk about in the stacks of what we watched is kind of like the first slice of life film I've ever seen, anime wise and stuff like that. I've seen anime dramas and stuff like that, like action dramas. I mean, you want to see drama, watch Barefoot Gen. I highly recommend that to anybody. Those are 2 films. The first one I've seen, I had that on tape. It's an account of the bombing of Hiroshima. It's based off a true story. It's on that character. That's all I'm kind of say about that. He narrates it a little bit. Yeah, I can bring you to the tears. I haven't seen it in years, but childhood trauma, stuff like that is pretty hardcore. So, all right, gents, which one want to start with what you've seen with your stacks and stuff like that? We'll go one all the way around, and then around again and around again. Then we'll get into our stacks here.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and start with you there, Caveman. And like always, I'll be the last. And I'll make sure I go in order this time, I promise.
You were the first last time, so that might have been part of the problem.
Yeah, probably.
So I guess it'd be good to do Jeffery after this anyways, because Spider-Man.
That's Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Look at that steelbook.
So just the last one. And this is going to break Tony's heart, but I just fold my J cards up and put them aside.
Nah. What, that you actually folded them?
It's better than throwing them away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
if there's no place for like the whatever like that, that's where you're supposed to put them, if it works.
I keep them
not in the trash.
No, yeah, I have them in a shoebox.
In case I ever have to rescan them to put them in some type of digital library.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because
I get it.
Steelbooks don't have any barcode or anything. I don't know. I enjoyed this. It took me a while. I'll be interested in hearing your thoughts, Jeff. I know you like this movie quite a bit from what I've seen you talk about, but it took me a while to get invested. I guess took me a while to get invested into what was going on, and then once I did, I was in.
Did you see the first one?
Yes, I did. I should have watched the first one.
Yeah. It'd been years, though, for me. I had to watch it pretty close.
Right, yeah, so you kind of get the idea about the whole thing, right? Yeah.
So I probably need to go back and, like I said, rewatch the first one again. But I remember, what happened in the first one, that the uncle turns into a villain or whatever. But basically, this is the whole universe, or this is the Spider-Verse, but like the worlds, like World 606 or Earth 606 or
right,
whatever. It's kind of like a thing that like DC is kind of doing too.
Yeah, DC does the Earths. Marvel does like the multiverse type of a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, to your point.
So, anyways, it's getting into the multiverse madness, screw up headache kind of thing to follow kind of deal. But like I said, once I got far enough along, I started to get I could tell what the hell was going on. It was really enjoyable. I did enjoy the different art styles that occur throughout it. And the voice cast, it wasn't nothing really spectacular. I mean, nothing like no memorable quotes or phrases, or it's not like getting a Robin Williams voice acting kind of deal out of this movie. But the story is good, and I'm looking forward to see where how they wrap it all up. So yeah, that's it.
Very cool.
So I give it maybe if I rewatch the first one, I'll watch this again, I'll score a little higher, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Very nice. How do you like the animation style of that, Caveman?
which one? Because there's a bunch of
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
And like, there's like 95% of it I really liked, but there's, just personal taste thing.
Right. It's kind of different. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Right there, Jeff. What do you got for
us? So mine was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as well. And it's cool. We have different ones. So we get to show off different artworks. That's cool.
I like that one. That one's trippy.
Man, I didn't watch this movie until I was getting ready for this stream. But my wife bought it the day it came out because our youngest loves Spider-Man, right?
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
And he had already watched it. When I sat down to go and watch this, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago now, he sat down and watched it with me. And he hadn't seen it since, I guess, when it released, about October, I guess. He remembered things. In a 2.5 hour long movie, over 2.5 hours, I think, he remembered things like because he was trying to tell me what was about to happen, but he sat here and watched the whole movie with me and didn't get up, didn't get distracted. That to me, like that, there's not a lot of movies that can do that.
It's a win-win.
And
yeah,
it's a win-win. But like he understood it. He knew where it was going, and he had only seen it one time before that, and he's 4. So that has to say a lot to me, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Well, to me,
I really enjoyed it, but I did watch Into basically right before it. I watched them kind of back to back and just spent like a whole like 5 hours in a day basically watching them.
Right.
So like I said, I didn't watch it until our stream, and I watched a lot of movies last year. It was probably my busiest year. I like this movie so much; it's my second favorite movie of 2023. It was that good.
It was way up there. I know it's kind of really.
It's
really
way up there. So I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10, and I take that half point away only because I complain about movies doing part 1s and part 2s. So I have to take that half point away from it for that alone. Because I hate it when Mission Impossible does it. I hate it when horror movies do it. I can't be like biased because I enjoyed the movie that much. That's still a little bothersome to me. I miss 90-minute, 95-minute animated films in and out. I miss that.
Yeah.
And this was a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, they make them so grand sometimes.
It's like 2:35, 2 hours and 35.
Yeah, 2 hours 35 minutes, and it's to be continued. To be continued.
Right. Yeah, to be continued.
I have to take the half a point away from that, but this was a movie that I felt every emotion I think I can feel with a movie the whole time it was on.
Exactly.
I went through all the different emotions.
Right. You just have these things. You have all this stuff. It's like let me type in the right one.
I mean, it goes through it, like for everybody that was always upset that they were focusing on Miles. This movie really explains why Miles has earned his dues.
Right.
You might want to make Jeff small and us small.
I'm pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's why I can do that. I can do that.
Spider Cat.
There's nowhere to run. My bad.
But that's how it is.
Somewhere to run.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
But when it's good to your point. Yeah, just the way.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember seeing the full one and the full kind of different one, kind of like that.
I mean,
but it's really,
they even mix in live action and it looks good. Like there's there's like actual live actors in the movie and they fit.
That's my only complaint. That was my only thing that threw me off.
Well, there's a reason why. They wanted to put that guy in there because the actual Miles Morales character in the comic was created based on that actor.
Right.
That actor is the entire reason Miles even exists.
Yeah. Brian Michael Bendis.
So they were trying to give you
Brian
like
Michael
extra
Bendis
homage,
created Miles
but
Morales. Yeah, he created Miles Morales. One of the few things. Brian Michael Bendis is okay. He kind of ruined the X-Men, in my opinion. But his earlier stuff is good. He actually went to DC and started doing Superman, which I had a huge issue with. That's why I kind of stopped collecting kind of newer comics and shit like that. I don't like it when people do that, put their own politics and that stuff. Very good, John. So what'd you give it?
I give it 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's on Netflix right now. If you have Netflix, go watch it. Make that Netflix expensive payment worth it.
Worth it. I know exactly.
You'll thank me. It's worth it.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, good one there, Jeffrey. Awesome review for that. Okay, so something a little bit different, a little bit of a downer. Watership Down. This is based off the book by forget his name. This is really good. It's almost the story of Moses, but it's done by rabbits.
Is that a Blu-ray or a 4K?
This is a Blu-ray from Criterion. There is another edition of this that was released a couple years ago, but I think Criterion still has this. And I've had this one for a long time. Finally decided to watch it. I remember watching a YouTube video about it, like saying how dark it was. I wanted to check it out. Basically, it's basically this world that's done in. First, it starts out about the story, basically of the rabbit god, basically, or the king of the rabbits. That's a very good story. Basically, he's the mischief maker and stuff like that. So it's like the sun, basically. You can say almost curses him. So he says everyone's going to be after you. Everyone's going to try to hunt you. Everyone's going to try to kill you. So I have to basically respec you a little bit and create something different from you. Turn him into basically a rabbit so he can run faster, so he can hide. You're forced to hide and all this other stuff. It's a great intro. The late, great Mr. Hurt is in this. All-star cast of people. And basically that's what it is. They're all in this place. And one of the rabbits gets kind of like a vision. It's really trippy, saying we have to get out of here. Something's going to happen here. Then you notice where the modern world kind of intersects with that, saying that they're going to be building stuff there. So they're going to be mowing that all down. It's a really good story. I like the ending. Again, this is old school animation back in the day of how it should be. By Martin Rosen. And this has good extras on this too. They're talking to him and stuff like that, where he says, "I never on that." Oh, the year on this one? Oh, it's 78.
I know it should be 78.
So a year before I was born. Yeah, a year before I was born.
It's actually on Max if anybody wants to watch it.
But it's a great animated film, almost like you could say childhood trauma type of a thing. It is based off the book. A lot of people consider the book one of the greatest books ever made.
The book's amazing. The
book's amazing. But basically, it's a story of that. They're trying to find the promised land, and they kind of do. They find this bird who has this accent. The bird's the dumbest. He's as dumb as a doornail. But he helps him out and all this stuff against this ruthless rabbit. I mean, rabbits die in this pretty violently. So it's it's definitely kind of old school, like childhood trauma animation and stuff like that. I do like the ending. It's a great film. 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, this is an all-time classic right here. Find this on Amazon or whenever Barnes and Noble does a sale. Criterion. You happen to see this available. I got this for $20. Oh God, a few years ago. Yeah. Find it, get it. I highly recommend it.
If you have Max, watch it there.
Yeah, watch it there. Yeah, like I said, if you can find it, watch it. And just tell what you think. If you like this kind of style, I do. The animation is great. It's old school animation. Of how they did it. Like I say, great extras on here. Criterion does a good job with this. It's a good transfer. It talks with the director Martin Rosen, of how he came to be and doing this and stuff like that. Because he says, I've never done anything like this. The studio and how they showed pictures of how they were doing this and everything like that. Very good. But yeah, that's Watership Down. I recommend that to anybody. But yeah, like Caveman says, this on Max. Yeah, pick that stuff up. So it's definitely a British type picture. So great stuff.
Awesome.
Saying hi like that.
I didn't know that was on Max. I'm probably gonna go watch that soon.
Yeah. it's really good. It's not like gives me an excuse to try to. I think I have it on DVD. I think I have The Last Unicorn, which I have not seen in forever. That was done before this one was, so it's a pretty good. Okay, let's see. Okay, there, Caveman. What else do you got for me? I'll give him a second.
Okay, the next one is a Studio Ghibli. Only yesterday. I think this is on Max as well.
It's a nice steelbook. Yeah, the ones that basically Shout Factory have been releasing.
It comes with. Actually, I think this was I think it was G-Kids release or whatever. But it just had this inside of it.
My release of Spirited Away has like that same type of booklet and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the cat detective, I guess it's like Sherlock Holmes type of a thing. Great. You know.
Yeah, a little book that.
That's very cool for fans. That's very cool for fans of that. Yeah, that's neat. I like it when they do that.
So, I guess I'm going to use the pictures of the book to kind of cheat here a little bit, but basically, have any of you guys seen Turning Red or know what Turning Red is, or what Turning Red is actually about? Turning Red was a Disney movie. It was released.
I remember it. Yeah.
2021, 2022.
Shameless plug. Turning Red is only $10 on Hamilton Book.
Nice. No, it got good reviews. People liked it. Yeah, it's like a comedy a little bit.
It's very good. It's very decent for a new age Disney movie.
Right.
So, but
sorry, Caveman.
That's okay. But for people that may not know, whatever, that movie is kind of focused towards younger girls,
right?
To help them deal with change. And I'm just a caveman, so I'm not going to be politically correct here or any of that. So, but basically about a woman experiencing womanhood, and in Turning Red, whenever she gets those anxiety feels and stuff, she turns into that creature. The only reason why I bring all that up is because in this movie, it spends a good portion of the beginning of it telling this girl's story that's being, while she's on the screen, it's being narrated by Daisy Ridley.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's part of that. Okay.
Yeah, and Daisy Ridley is the voice of the older character when she's older. So, but it just feels like the first half of it starts off with they bring up the period a lot, and they bring up because in this day and age when like this was, I think, made in the 90s or whatever, but it basically just says that kids, the boys went to gym class and girls went to like an extra learning event, and in those events they would give like diagrams and discussions about what changes their body was going to have and stuff. And I don't know, then they figured out that if you got a note out of gym, that meant that you were having your period or whatever. And that, I really don't know what that added to the story. I mean, the story was enjoyable once it kind of got past
all that stuff. Yeah.
Kind of got past all that stuff, but it also kind of reminds me a little bit, and I haven't seen Past Lives yet, but this kind of has like a little bit of a past lives love story to it.
I heard Past Lives is very good for what it is. Yeah, I've heard great things about Past Lives.
So basically, it starts off with her returning at the older age or whatever, because she's not sure where she's going in her life. She lives on like New Tokyo City or whatever, but she's going to the country to visit her family, and she wants to experience picking the flowers that they use to make rouge, and a lot of focus is spent on it, talking about how all these people went and farmed and worked there to pick off all these petals or whatever to make rouge, and the people that were there doing the actual work would never be able to afford that luxury themselves.
Right. Yeah.
But she encounters, somebody that she was friendly with when she was, younger age, and you kind of think it's going to go there, but it doesn't.
Right.
So, not the best one I've seen. I mean, I give it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I know you've seen a maybe a bit more Ghibli than I have, possibly Caveman, which is kind of funny when I think about it. But yeah, good review there, and yeah, good stuff with that Caveman. That's a nice looking steelbook too. I like the Ghibli steelbooks, the way they look. They are kind of plain a little bit, but yeah. So Miss Caveman liked it. Yeah. Coming age, remember, give it 4 girls. Yeah, and they do it right. They do it right. So absolutely. All right there, Jeff. What do you got for us?
So, I mean, you guys just chose gems for me this time. District 9.
Hell yeah.
I am appalled that it took me so long to watch
right.
this movie. It was a good time. And I picked this up, I bought it to put it in my collection. One of my buddies that I talk about movies with in real life, he was like, well, I don't have a big collection, but if I was going to own one, it would be District 9. And I happened to go to Big Lots one time and find it there for a few bucks.
Hell yeah.
But I remember when it came out, like it's been out for quite a few years. Yeah. I'm not sure why I waited as long to watch it as I did. That was
it had a huge big. It had a good release, and then like you say, they just go on to the next. It's like everyone looks for their flavor of the month type of thing. I remember seeing it on when I had Netflix. I remember seeing it on Netflix. You just cruise through, and you can just do that. Be like, oh, finally I can watch this. And yeah, like you said, I was highly impressed. It has that found footage aspect to do with the camera and all that shit. And
it was a very unique twist on like an alien invasion type of movie, or whatever you want to call it, I guess, because it's not really it's more of just like an alien sci-fi movie, not necessarily an invasion movie.
It's almost like sci-fi epic a little bit. I'm surprised they never did sequels.
Version I have of the movie, the steelbook.
Nice. Whoa, it's on 4K?
Yeah, that's on 4K. Yeah.
I think I gotta get that. I really
Caveman's the steelbook enthusiast, so it's a good thing Tony's not in here. He'll be like, "That's a nice steelbook."
That is a nice steelbook.
Yeah.
I don't usually double dip. I don't usually format upgrade my Blu-rays, but honestly, I like District 9 enough, and I want to say it was like $2.99 at Big Lots, so I'm only $3 in on it. I'd probably get that 4K steelbook.
That's a great buy for that.
I liked that movie quite a bit. I'm glad you guys chose it for me to watch this time. So sometimes I just need a fire underneath me to watch something.
I'm that way. That's why I kind of did this channel anyway. What do you think about the film? What do you think about the film of as a whole and the story? Explain the story to all who haven't seen it yet.
So the story basically, you would think it's like an alien invasion, but actually they like crash landed here. And then they're stuck, and we basically like abuse them and put them in concentration camps and make them, and we're kind of the bad guys in the movie. in my opinion, when it comes to like the aliens, because they weren't really hostile against humans.
So
it's more of like they're the innocent victims of the movie. And that's what I liked about it, because most alien invasion movies is like Independence Day. Oh, they're here to attack us. And this one was not
War
like
of the Worlds, stuff like that. Yeah, different take on it, definitely. Go ahead, Caveman.
I was just going to say it's not like it's not the first time that we as human beings have been bad people, or even Americans. I mean, locking people up for the color of their skin or nationality or whatever.
It's been a minute since I've seen the film. Like I say, the main character, that's Simon. It's not Simon Pegg. I forget the dude's name. The lead character plays kind of like that reporter and stuff like that. When he gets deep into it, then you find out what the ending is like. Whoa. I'm like, wow, look at that. Just the switch there. Kind of, it turns it on its head a little bit. But yeah, what would you give District 9 your score, my friend?
I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Absolutely. I like it a lot.
In terms of like, I think it came out in like 2010, 2011, somewhere around in there.
Like the beginning of the 2010s. Yeah.
Of like a new age sci-fi movie, it's up there. It's up there. It's good. And the reason why I would put it so high up there is because it's an original story. Basically, around the time this came out, what we were getting was, this isn't your father's Star Trek. Yeah. This isn't your father's this. This isn't your father's that. Like, they were rebooting everything around the time. I was
thinking that it's like the total opposite of the Star Trek universe, where it's all about diplomacy, right? Where you still have wars and stuff, but there's diplomacy in it. This one, it's like, no, they crash landed on here. You see the remnants of their ships. You see that one big thing right there in the middle of that city.
Like, honestly, I would say that District 9 is probably a sleeper sci-fi hit.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I mean, I started telling people about it, and they're like, "Oh, you haven't seen that?" But like, nobody talks about it. So I mean, maybe everybody's seen it, but nobody really talks about it.
Yeah.
But why we never got District 10 is kind of beyond me, because they set it up for a sequel.
They did.
I mean, I know why it happened. It's more popular now than it was like when it was in the theaters. It didn't really make Sony money.
Right. It didn't.
It was kind of like a theater flop, but it was good. Like, I would highly suggest it. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. Since it's Sony, I would assume it might be streaming on Netflix.
They probably do. They get cult followings. Yeah. They'll spread out the love and stuff like that. Yeah, everyone talks about District 9. I just like it because it has that found footage aspect with it, with the dude with the camera, the reporter going around. That's when found footage was starting to get bigger with Paranormal Activity and all this stuff. You can say what you want about it.
Yeah, because this was just
directors kind of doing that almost with the shaky cam a little bit too. So
yeah, I feel like this was maybe right before Paranormal Activity, but right after. Okay, it's on Hulu. Nice.
Yeah, Hulu will pick up stuff.
But like right after Cloverfield.
Right.
I love and right around the same time as like
numero uno found footage film. Yeah, I love
and right around like Chronicle.
Yeah,
which I watched Chronicle not that long ago, and that was really good too. I've really been digging
Chronicle. Yeah,
I've really been digging some of these early or like mid 2010s sci-fi found footage films. There were some really good ones. I'm shocked
they didn't do a sequel for Chronicle either, because there was room for a sequel. They left the story kind of on the cliffhanger a little bit. Very good there.
Yeah, it was solid, and it was solid.
Excellent. Awesome that you liked it and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely up there. Yeah, I'll have to try to find that steelbook as well now. Thanks, Caveman, for doing that. I appreciate that for the compulsive buyer in me. I know Caveman down there recently watched this too, and that's Belle, or Bella, as I call it. This is a nice steelbook. This was a Target exclusive, Target exclusive at one time. I found it there. I'm like, why not? Might as well pick up the steelbook. I'm highly impressed by this. It's a Beauty and the Beast story a little bit. Basically, it's this online phone game. It's very modern, where it's called You. The game is called You, or the online world is called You. It's like, basically the premise is like, don't like the real world or whatever like that, whatever it is, you can recreate yourself here.
It's also like it's more like a futuristic Facebook or
yeah, right.
Or more like Facebook or MySpace or even maybe Instagram, as far as you can create an image of yourself. You can,
make an avatar,
present one side of yourself, but you can modify yourself digitally to be like an avatar or whatever. But she's also a singer who is very shy and kind of withdrawn and not good at performing. So she uses this as a mask to be able to sing and kind of put her music out there.
Right. She has a backstory of her mother died rescuing a child, basically. And there's a strained relationship with her father. Like, they don't really say it at the start. I kind of like that, she feels alone and all this other stuff. She does have friends and stuff like that. She kind of keeps to herself. She has her geeky, over-the-top, typical tropey anime character buddy that she basically creates this character, and it looks just like other, because she has freckles, and then the character has freckles, just like the one that you see at the start for the introduction to the U game, saying you can be this and be the singer. She goes in there, she starts singing, and everybody just falls in love. And sure enough, you get the likes and you get all this other stuff too. They have these feeds and all this stuff. This person is big. Yeah, right. You see the chat things all pop up like bloop, 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 all this stuff too. I'm like going, okay, it's actually kind of fun. I liked it a lot. There's her character does this concert. She calls herself Belle, so she just writes it. She was going to do originally, and then she just goes, writes this character's name. She's getting ready to do a virtual concert, and this dude, which I'm going to call the Beast, shows up and starts taking out. They're almost like the police of this world. The lead character is a holier than thou art jerk, who's what's his name again there, Caveman? Is it, I want to say Chad, but that's not right. And they don't go into his story a lot of who he really is. That's disappointing to me. He does this pose where you see the sponsors. You see the sponsors in the back of him. I really like that. He's like, whoa, look at all those sponsors. He's basically untouchable, right? Because you get sponsors through the game, right? So I'm like, yeah, here we go. So I kind of see what they're reflecting. She finds out who he is and stuff like that, or where he's at. He's in this castle, and then it goes straight up Beauty and the Beast. Straight up Beauty and the Beast. The whole dance theme and all this stuff. They start dancing and doing that. Just straight up from Beauty and the Beast. Then it goes pretty dark for what's going on with the Beast character when she finds out who he really is. And there's almost like a live stream where they see what's going on with it's a boy, and then it's his brother. That's all I'm going to kind of say. I'm not going to spoil this for anybody who hasn't seen it. It hits pretty hard. It hits pretty hardcore. I'll say that. It's a good slice of life type of a thing. There's a funny scene between her friend and one of the chicks that seems to be the popular girl in school with this one dude that, it's a typical anime tropey thing, but I do think it's kind of funny where he gets all shy and he asks her, says, you like me, you want to do something with me and all this other stuff too. It's actually quite funny. I like it a lot. The animation is done very well. This is a great studio. Mamoru Hoshida, great director. So this is really good. I like it a lot. So this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I like Belle a lot. Nice. It's very, very good. Nice.
And just basically so everybody, and that's also available on Max for anybody that wants to watch it. But the one character that he was talking about that basically is like doing advertising. It's like, I guess you could also say it's almost like the YouTube thing too, where,
right,
people vote on you and you get subscribers or whatever, and so like the sponsors and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you subscribe to like so many followers, basically. Yeah,
and that's how they earn their income, to be heroes or whatever. But they also kind of like use like a homeland security type of mentality to be able to overextend their reach and they're trying to go after the character. Yeah, this is good. Go after the character to reveal her true identity, and it hits some heavy moments in this movie. It's not. I'd say it'd be good for a teenager to watch.
Right.
But that's an under.
It's a teen type of, it is. It's a young adult, anime film, slice of life type of thing. It has action, really has everything in it for you, for like you can say the modern anime audience. Right. I can say, but I do like it a lot. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I thought I would, but it's really good. The English actress who plays her is really good singer. I was very impressed by her. So she does a great job just doing that. The English voices are very good. Yep, streaming on Max, like you say, or you can rent it on Prime Video if you wish and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're into kind of stuff like that, I recommend it a lot. It's very good.
And I seem to remember didn't we see Belle on Hamilton? I thought maybe.
Yeah, it was on there. Yeah, just a regular kind of Blu-ray for that. But if I can find a steelbook, like you kind of Caveman, specifically for certain animes like that, I know they're releasing Paprika. Yeah, Paprika. That was another one done by that director. Passed away quite a few years ago. The director who did Paprika is the same director who did Perfect Blue. If you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend that. That's the only anime thriller I've ever seen. It's different than any other anime I've ever seen. That's more adult-wise. I highly recommend that. Hey, Dirk, thanks for saying West up. I appreciate that. Fellow nominee right there, man. Subjective Perspective Collective, man. If you like all the giallo and the stabby stab and the black glove killer and in Italy and stuff like that, he does great stuff like that. He loves horror just like we all do. So Caveman likes Alfred Hitchcock, so that's all good. One of these times he'll be in the stream talking about him. I had one. I remember I had one box set, one of the box sets on my wish list on Amazon. That one was gone. That was the one that had one of his last films in it, I think. So, but but yeah, I'd recommend Bella to anybody and stuff like that. So,
and I just posted the link again. So, if you want to vote for Dirk, click the link. All you gotta do is just type in Chris's name or Dirk's name.
Will Smith slap that vote and then do a Chris Rock vote right back at it. So just and like that.
Just sure you hit the like button on this stream.
Yeah, sleeping bag. Jason Voorhees hit the like. Can do that too, or do just crash the system. All right, we're getting on to the series that we've watched. And what? All right, there, Caveman. What did you watch?
So, I got saddled with bartender, and I didn't make it through it. And I'll explain, and I'll give you some information about it. So, basically, bartender is this mythological bar that is like in purgatory. It's like a space between heaven and hell.
Yeah, purgatory.
Although they don't say you're going to go to heaven in this. What they say is that if you're approved or whatever, that your memory will be wiped and you'll be reincarnated, or you'll be left there to live out, in eternity or whatever in this place. And it's interesting that a lot of bartenders actually seek this thing out and try to find it. And there's actually strangely enough, some YouTubers that are bartenders that actually reviewed this, which I've
VTubers. Also, I know who they are. Yeah, I know who they are. Yeah. One of them literally has the avatar looking just like that dude, and he kind of does it like that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've seen that.
So, but my reason is I'm unfortunately, I'm dyslexic. And I normally, if there's not a lot of dialogue, I can kind of keep up. But there's so much dialogue in this. I tried it for like the first 3 episodes. I think there's like 13 episodes. I just was struggling because the line would go up, and my problem with the dyslexia is I absorb and I read way too slow. So I get 2/3 of the way down, and then the line would disappear.
I understand.
And then I have to sit there and rewind it and back up, and if I wanted, because otherwise I was missing a fourth of what they were even freaking talking about. The artwork is incredible, or the art in it is really amazing. The voice actors, I can't, because I don't understand language, I don't understand what they're saying, and I don't understand the emotions, so I can't really say anything on that. But the art on the cover alone drew me in, because I really enjoy this type of art, and I wish I was able to draw this way, but I'm not. So sorry, everybody. We'll be checking stuff beforehand to make sure that there is an English track on it. I just assumed that this would have an English track on it. But it's written on the back that it's not, which, shame on me.
Right. It's a nice release too. Almost looks like kind of like a Severin type release or something like that, because it's a side load. It looks like it comes with a booklet.
A book or cards.
Nice. It's all good, Caveman. Like I say, I DNF books all the time. Sometimes you have to DNF stuff or do not, like say, do not finish. That's what that means. It's like when you just can't do it. That's okay. So as the premise of the whole thing, what did you kind of think about the whole premise of it? If you're going to.
Well, the ideal of it, I thought was really interesting. I mean,
okay. I'm surprised. I'm sorry that there isn't a dubbed release of that. May have to look around for that. Find out.
Another movie that's they don't look anything like it all. The only thing that reminds me of it is the premise of going to purgatory. It reminds me of a movie called Defending Your Life.
Right. Very good.
I'm trying to remember who that actor is, but anyways.
It's all good, K-Man. Yeah, all good. Good try though. It's all good. So I hear you. Right there, Jeff. What series did you watch?
Well, like I said, you guys just chose all good stuff for me last time. I watched Falling Skies. Again, not sure why. Well, I know why on this one. I didn't realize it was streaming anywhere, but on my own, I've never had traditional TV, so I've never had a way to really watch TNT stuff.
Right. I remember when it was on TNT. Jeez. Yeah.
Because I remember it being on. Like I remember seeing trailers for it and everything, and I always wanted to check it out.
When I had cable.
Yeah. But hey, the cool thing is, so I only have this one season. This was a gift. But they have the whole series on HBO.
Oh, nice.
This is good enough. I want to go I want to go continue to watch it. I'm going to stream it on to continue it, because there might be a full series box set, and if there's not, I'll probably wait on a full series box set type of deal.
Right.
But it's your typical alien invasion sci-fi type of story. Like they don't really go against the grain like District 9 did or anything. But I like the actor in it, Noah Wiley, I think is his name.
Yeah, Noah Wiley. Yeah.
I like him. So, but like I said, the whole first season, I sat down and watched it in like an afternoon and a half. So it didn't take very long, and it was very it was very captivating. I wanted to keep watching it. And like I said, I'll probably continue watching it on HBO or Max or whatever. Max, I guess. I'll continue watching it on there, but it may be one of those ones that I watch a couple episodes here and there in between other things.
Very good. What'd you think about the series as a whole?
So far, I would probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10.
Very cool. What's it about?
It's about an alien invasion. And it's about the last bits of the resistance.
Okay. Oh,
it kind of feels like a Terminator type of show as well, because the aliens are like reptilious type creatures in a way, but they also have mechs that that do all their scouting work for them, and their mechs are kind of like Terminator-ish.
Yeah, the bad guy from Waterworld in it.
Yeah, and he was recently in the new Halloween trilogy.
Yeah, he played
as the sheriff.
He was in the Punisher film with Thomas Jane too. Played Saint's right hand man.
He plays the captain of the squad, and Noah Wiley is like second in command.
Okay.
But it's one of those stories where like the younger man is going to start taking over for the older guy because he's going to be the one that's more capable, or he gets more trustworthy, just like Jericho, like that show Jericho back in the day, where it was like the dad started getting sick, so all of a sudden just the sons went ahead and started taking over when the government was all shutting down and everything. So it's one of those types of things where they have the two people in charge, but like the younger guy is the one that's, you can see the shift of power that's beginning to change in this.
Cool.
So I am excited to see where it kind of goes in the next seasons. But I mean, a bad show doesn't run for 5 seasons.
That's right.
And this had a 5-season run. So I assume it continuously stays good, at least until the last season. Maybe the last season doesn't pay out for all of the investment. That happens sometimes with shows.
Well, that happens more often than not. Yeah.
But for a show to last for 5 seasons, the first 4 need to at least be good, you would think. So I'm interested in continuing to check it out, and I would suggest anybody else to. From what I read online, it seems to be that it gets a little better with the next season because they get a little bit more budget.
Very nice.
And I'm sure that would help because, like I said, it's about aliens, and they show the aliens on episode 1, and mechs and all that. So I would assume this show was very pricey to make. Yeah. But they
stuff
don't
like that now.
They
streaming services will pay out. They will pay out for this stuff now. Netflix will pay out for this stuff. It's crazy now. I'm surprised that they don't go for some of these series. That depends too. Yeah, good review there, Jeff. Awesome. I'll have to check that that series out too, because I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember same thing, seeing the commercials of it on TNT and stuff like that too. Just so much stuff going on, just like with streaming and stuff like that now, which is weird. It's like I'll get to it. Now you can just get to that stuff later. It's available on these shows. I don't like the word binge at all, but that's really what it is about now, where it's like you can just stream and chill. Really, that's what it is. Be like, okay, if I want to watch a few episodes of the show, cool. Like the whole first season's on there. I'll see if it's any good. Just go on from there. Yeah, very good.
According to
first thing I ever binged was on Netflix in 2006. That they pulled me in then. Why did it end? Decent ratings.
I'll read it, but why did it end?
Okay. So it started to decline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was season 4 though.
Viewership, yeah, it happens.
Season 4 kind of dropped off, and so TNT announced that the show's 5th season would be its last, which at least allowed the writers to wrap up most of the major storylines.
Nice. It's me and them. It was
well,
me
and
the Walking Dead.
Actually, it may have a satisfying ending then.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It was me with The Walking Dead, where it went on a little bit too long. Actually, it went on way too long.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as when they killed off Rick, I had an issue with that. I had a huge issue with that. So it's like, but that's what it is. You get viewers, and money's money. If you want to get,
all of my favorite main Walking Dead characters went out like season by season by season. So it was from like Negan started, and then like every season we lost somebody that was just like unforgivable and more unforgivable and more unforgivable. And I'm like, I think I'm done. And then I finally did go back.
That's what happens when a character gets popular too, and you decide to bring him back, which I thought is a huge mistake. Sometimes you don't go with what the fans want, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I would suggest if you never finished it, it's all on Netflix. I'd go and finish it. It's worth finishing, especially because now they have like all the other series.
Like $100 bucks. Yeah, and that's a nice box set.
Well, that Blu-ray box set is real nice.
I know it was just prepped up on one of their like wired shelves because they couldn't fit it on the shelf, so they just have it up there. It's like
it's huge. It's got like
huge. Yeah, it's about this big.
It's got like 52 Blu-rays in it or something.
Yeah, it opens up like a door. So
it looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. So mine was I've had this one for a while. Trinity Blood. Created by Studio Gonzo. I like this a lot. I'll definitely watch the rest of this. Watch the first disc. So there's like 6 episodes on each disc and stuff like that. So it's a future. This apocalypse happens kind of on the Earth. You know, it's the same type of scenario. Man just destroys what he creates, blah, blah, blah. And it's basically vampires arose from the ashes. So the church combats them with this main character right here. His last name is Night Road. So let's see if I can find out. Yeah, Abel. So his name is Abel Night Road, and he's a Krusnik. So he's a vampire that takes out vampires. The first episode, basically, this vampire, because the world is like some parts are run by vampires, so they have counts, or I wouldn't call them counts, but like people that run these cities and stuff like that. Rome is the hub, and I like the way they do that. This is like an early 2000s anime, so you kind of see kind of the change in the animation style. I like the animation style a lot for this. It's a good dark story. You'd probably like this, Caveman. I like the Abel character, but yeah, he basically states that he's a Krusnik and that, yeah, I take out vampires. That's my job. You know, you feed off of blood, I feed off of vampires. The first episode is pretty brutal. He takes out the vampire's heart. He literally takes it out and stuff like that, and he just goes like this and takes him out. You know, it's this organization that's, there's a backstory, almost like Trigun a little bit. So there's a backstory here with certain characters. But I like the atmosphere. I like the ships and all this other stuff too. I like the way they do Rome and the Vatican and all this other stuff too, because that's what he works for. He's kind of a funny character too, you know, because he goes by that lifestyle where I don't need any money type of a thing, you know, that priests kind of do. So it's a fun all the way fun series. Good anime fight scenes in here. It's a good story. I like it. Basically, each character has their own kind of skill. Let's see. This dude was a prisoner. He helps. There's one episode that's pretty dark. He gets him out of prison to help him. Says, "We'll cut your sentence if you help us." Goes to this island where it's these children that are just there, where the scientist was taking care of them. They're all orphans, and they're like fairy vampires. And you find out what happened to them. That's pretty brutal. That's a dark story. So it's really good. So as a series so I'll definitely finish this series. Finish it off. It is a good, quick series that Studio Gonzo created and stuff like that. I've had this box set for a while, so I'd give the series as a whole. I'd give it a good 6.5 out of 10. So I like it a lot. I like vampire stuff, animated. If you can do it right, they do it right. So yeah, that's Trinity Blood. But yeah, I like it a lot. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. Find it there.
It's not streaming on Crunchyroll anymore.
Yeah. This was originally like everything. I originally saw this on Toonami. You know, and they were just doing
it might be. Did you see what happened with Funimation stuff today?
No.
They announced Crunchyroll announced that all of your digital copies that you've bought
are just
redeemed are just gone.
Yeah.
Are just gone. I'm
they
like,
did
wow,
that when they got rid of rights stuff.
I have so many friends that used to buy it episode by episode because you could get the Japanese dub first. And you could watch it like a month early.
Yeah.
Then you could do that through Funimation. And then when Crunchyroll bought Funimation, all the stuff rolled over to it. And then I guess as of today, they're taking it all away.
Yeah. The changing of the guard, as I say it. I remember. And it was.
But that's why we like to own our stuff.
Yeah, that's why we like to own our stuff.
It's so shows that Funimation is there, but I did see the announcement for Crunchyroll earlier.
Yeah. It is what it is with them. I mean, it is what it is. Only thing that was kind of sad that Right Stuff, I used to get anime from them for, since I was younger. Since I was a youngin, basically. And they merged with Crunchyroll. I'm like, going, here we go.
Yeah.
Like
I think Sony bought both of them.
They did.
And then combined them.
They did. I like Funimation, but they're kind of a conglomerate in the anime industry. There's still other companies like Viz and stuff like that too. You just got to keep your eye out for them and stuff like that. But so yeah, just kind of the way.
But I seen all my friends sharing it that don't really like buy movies like that. They just buy their.
No,
stuff
I understand. No, it's fine.
We all them sharing it, and they're all flabbergasted, and I'm like, well,
it's different. I understand. It's like. For us, we're all collectors here and stuff like that. But if you need space, you need space, right? Like my friend used to say this to me all the time. It's like, do you really want to get up and take a disc out, right? Put it back and then put another one in. It's that almost lazy type of culture.
I sure do because I don't have it's better than commercials.
Yeah.
Better than commercials.
And to me, like I say, in the end, at least you own it. So basically all those codes are null and void because that won't be up there forever, right? So you kind of get that. So I see that.
I mean, Warner Brothers actually expired their codes, so
they did. Hey, what's going on, Raid? Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Spicy 4K Action, aka Piccoli. It's always cool to see him in here, dropping by to say hi. Him and Caveman going to be doing good stuff in the future. Thanks everybody who's stopping by and stuff like that. We've had pretty good turnout from people in chat showing their support. I know Corey's doing a stream with Brian Goes Blue and Coco too. So definitely check him out too. They're doing great stuff over there. And Brian and Coco got their new place and stuff like that. And they have all their stuff set up. It looks really nice. So big collection of stuff they have.
Thank you, Huck. And that group has something going on too. I think they started at 9.
Around that time. It's all good. We're just all having fun here. And it's a great community.
Hopefully whoever is here will stick around just a little bit longer because we have to pick out our next movies to watch.
Yeah. So appreciate it. We have some good people in chat here, and we will get this going here. What? All right there, Guy. What do you got for us to watch?
So, Porco Rosso. One you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah, that exact same one. Yep.
Tonyo. Marnie, I think.
Yeah, Marine.
And Arity.
Huh. That looks like an older one too for Miyazaki.
Oops.
It's okay.
I had 6 in there, but I just removed one. So.
Okay. I'm going with Perfect Blue.
I'm going with Ponya.
Ooh. Okay. I know there's a delay sometimes in chat.
We'll go ahead and get started with Chris wants to go ahead and show yours off, and
Jane Doe says
Ron picked one that's totally
Jane Doe says Marnie.
Well, chat always wins if it's ties.
Yeah. So Jane Doe says Marnie. Just wait a little bit since I know those are all steelbooks, so you're getting the work out there, Caveman.
Yeah.
Freeze frame.
Yeah.
I'll switch there. I can go with Marnie.
Okay. That should be good. That's that green one, right?
Yeah.
That was the last one you showed off?
Yeah, that was the last one. That was that one right there.
Or no,
that was very
it
interesting.
was the purple one. Yeah, that's a pretty steel book.
That's very pretty. All right, very good. Right there, Jeffrey.
Book of Life.
Oh, I remember hearing about that one. Yeah.
Rise of the Guardians 3D.
Oh.
Teen Titans Go to the Movie. Ralph breaks the internet. I'm expecting to be disappointed by this one only because I liked the first one.
I really like the first one. Yeah.
And Spies in Disguise is the new one I threw in here.
Oh, okay.
It's a post Disney buying Fox. It's a post Disney buying Fox release, but I believe it was already out in the theater before they bought them.
That's a nice 4K release of Ralph breaks the internet too. That's like a collector's.
Yeah, I found it on eBay for like $8. It was a Target exclusive.
Dude. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Spies in Disguise.
Spies in Disguise. Okay.
Ooh. Jane Doe says Book of Life. I'll go with Spies in Disguise. Will Smith is in that one, isn't he?
Yeah, Will Smith and Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I figure it's probably a fun time. Watching the trailer, it made me chuckle.
I remember the trailer for it.
Yeah, it has like a bird. All right. We got a couple books of life.
That's a Book of Life too. So yeah.
All right. Book of Life it is.
Yeah, Book of Life. Yeah, good deal. Yeah, that's where the chat always wins, in my opinion. They want to see us watch the good stuff. All right. Fantastic Planet. Prowry, I believe. This is Studio Trigger. Bleach 4 film collection. I actually have these on DVD too. I got this Blu-ray one a while back. Millennium Actress. It's from that same director of Perfect Blue. And yeah. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay.
I gotta go Spider-Man since we just watched it.
I'm gonna go with Spider-Man as well. It's like I said, you got to check them out. They're good, especially if you already have them. You should definitely.
Right, yeah. No, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. Really, it's the best thing Marvel has going for him right now. I know there's new Venom.
I mean, it's the best. It's one of the best things Sony has going for them.
Yeah. Jane says Spider-Man. I kind of figured when I decided to say F it, I'll put this in here. I kind of figured maybe I get that out of the way, so I don't mind that. See if Miss Caveman's going to say anything. She's probably going to say the same thing, but Fantastic Planet is an old one.
Yeah, just so you know, Miss Caveman sometimes falls asleep because she has to.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. There it is, gents. All right. Get Spider-Man. Very cool. Goes back in the pile for next time. I'll put this here. Right there, Caveman.
Mario.
Yeah, Jane, I've heard it's really good. I'll get to it eventually. Next time.
City Hunter.
City Hunter, nice.
If you want to get in some anime clips, go to Retro Crush on YouTube. Yeah, they do stuff like that. City Hunter, they show scenes from City Hunter and other classic animes. Highly recommend Retro Crush. Oh, Prey, okay. I have that 4K release. Oh,
that's such a nice steelbook.
That's an awesome steelbook. Yeah, the 45th anniversary edition. Caveman's been scooping up the steelbooks, man. I'm getting jelly over that. I'm going with Transformers. Rise of the
good
Beast.
Ones there.
Yeah. That's an interesting slip that Eastern Star is doing for that City Hunters one. That's old school, kind of like 4K type of slips that they still do. But Jane Doe likes Prey. Oh.
I mean, my favorite movie last year was Mario Brothers, but I don't know if anybody else would pick Mario Brothers. So I guess I guess I'd say Prey. I haven't seen it myself. I've seen Transformers, but Prey's supposed to be really good if you like the Predator movies.
Cool, that'll work. Yeah, we'll go with Prey there, Caveman. I have the 4K release of that too. Just the regular with the slip and stuff like that. I still need to watch that one. Yeah, so we'll go with Prey.
I'm gonna have to borrow that from my mom. Maybe we'll all watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm glad it got a release. So at least they're starting to release some of their newer stuff. So let's hope that they'll release everything else. Well, we are getting Aliens on 4K. So,
yeah.
Bangers.
RIP 3D.
Oh, 3D. Okay.
The Crows.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. Oh,
did we get the first one?
No, could you show the first one one more time?
Tomorrowland.
You froze when you were picking that up.
There you go. Cool, perfect.
RIPD 3D.
Can't go wrong with Jeff Bridges.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. God, I've seen that dirt cheap at Walmart. God.
It was dirt cheap on Amazon.
Yeah.
Contagion.
Oh.
And then my new one I added in was a Christmas kit. Repo Man.
Oh, yeah.
Syrian.
Yeah, I have that. I have that media book. Hell yeah. I need to get a case for those media books, though. Media books don't
stack. It says that it's a sci-fi.
It is
something or other.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez
sci-fi or something. So
it's kind of ahead of its time.
I'll say Repo Man.
I'll say Repo Man. I haven't seen Repo Man yet either, so.
It looks like it's Repo Man.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect.
She might be a little biased.
It's okay. We appreciate her.
It was a gift.
Appreciate her in there voting for us too. A lot of people will watch the replay too, probably. So I'll just say that ahead of time. If y'all watch the replay of this and stuff like that, you can put in the chat, or you can put in the comments what you would like, maybe possibly like to see, and then maybe we can recalculate and stuff. So it's all good with that too. So all good there, folks. Very good. Yeah, you watching the bangers there, Jeffrey. So all good. So
you guys just keep giving me all these good ones to watch.
Hell yeah, that's why we do this. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie? Yeah, this hasn't been opened yet, so. And I've had this forever. Time to Duel. Pokemon Forever. Miramax, too, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Gundam 00, the movie, Awakening of the Trailblazer. I like Gundam 00 series. This is basically the ending of the series. Of what you get. Megazone 23 Part 3. And added onto the list, Jeff Bridges and Julian Moore, Seventh Son.
Nice.
I'm going to go with the Megazone.
Yeah, I'll go with Megazone.
It's the only part I haven't seen. I've seen the original, which is a flippin' awesome one. And the second one is good, just different animation style. Then the third almost goes in parts a little bit, but yeah, I'll get that done. Jane Doe picked Seventh Son. So yeah, it looks like it's a Megazone. So Seventh Son will be for next time. So cool. Thank you all. thin ass case and shit like that too. So it's like it's probably an Echo case. I'll probably switch that shit off. That's from Anime Ego too. So works out all right. All right, we're gonna get into the series.
Yep.
So go ahead, Caveman.
So this is Sunday Without God.
Ooh, that looks neat. Almost looks like the same people who did Cardcaptor Sakura animation style, the way that looks.
Akame
Oh, Akame got killed. Oh. Does that have dub on it, Caveman? Have you looked?
No, I'm looking right now.
Yeah, thank you. I watched it subtitled on a streaming service, so I'm just wondering. It should. It's from Sentai Filmworks, so it should. If not,
Oh yeah, it's got English audio,
very cool.
Japanese.
Perfect. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Cool.
so we're good there. Won't have a falter, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, Legion of Superheroes. Okay. Oh wow! You've never seen Revolution?
Yeah, this is a.
That's with the Dobson, Mr. Dobson. I think it's Paul or Michael. Michael Dobson voices Wolverine. You used to see him in a lot of early
movie.
animes.
I have to switch it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, Marvel Knights. So that plays more like a visual comic or stuff like that, I think. So very cool. Akame got killed. I want you to see that, Caveman. That's a Blu-ray of Legion of Superheroes too. It didn't go on that long. That's too bad.
Which one is that Legion of Superheroes? What can you show me the front of that one again?
They showed that on WB
That's
television.
DC, right?
Yeah. DC.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, you should watch that if you haven't seen it. I bet I know you'd enjoy that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like it's Legion of Superheroes.
I know you watch all the DC like animated films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet I almost guarantee you'll like that show.
Yeah. Very good. I do too. I like the Disney animated stuff. I just need to catch up on the newer line of films that they're doing. Yeah, there's a shit. I stopped basically at the new 52 one at the end of Apocalypse War, and then they started this new line of them. So I need to catch up. I know some of them are on streaming. I know it's all on Max, but maybe I can find them somewhere else.
All of them are on Max, unfortunately. But
it's all good, you know. One of these days, maybe I'll sub to them. So,
so we got Roller Girls, complete series. What's this one? Unbreakable Machine Doll.
Oh, interesting. $14. Nice.
Yeah, I got that years ago.
Yeah.
Sequest.
There it is. Yeah, good old late great Roy Schreider.
Fargo.
What season is that?
The first season.
Oh, that's the first season of Fargo. Okay.
Yeah, I've not seen any of it. I heard that each
Me
season
neither.
stands individually, though.
yeah,
They're different.
Story.
Different people.
Like it's all self-contained stories.
Yeah.
like Spicy City, except for each season is a standalone. They're not interwoven in any way.
Coen Brothers had some have to do
nice.
with those series too. So yeah, it's very good.
But then the new one I added in was Class, and it's a Doctor Who spinoff.
Oh,
and
it is.
It says season 1, but this is back when they used to print Blu-rays before shows got renewed or canceled or whatever. and it actually got canceled. So
okay,
it's not season 1; it's complete series.
Yeah, right. It's the complete season.
Yeah.
It's like Torchwood. Torchwood didn't last that long either. Now it's a spinoff of Doctor Who, the Tenet series.
But you know, they used to get real gung ho and have Blu-rays printed and stuff for TV shows before they got delayed or not, or or renewed or canceled.
I'm gonna go with Fargo too. Yeah. Mom wants Fargo as well. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I'll check it out. I got this one thrifting for like a couple bucks, so I'm definitely excited to check it out because I know it's an FX show, right?
Yeah.
So all of it's available on FX or on Hulu.
All of it's available on Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heard they've been all good, so yeah, definitely. All right, the Slayers Evolution R. Star Blazers 2199 Part 2. Highly recommend this one. I've seen Part 1, a good redone version of Star Blazers, aka Space Battleship Yamato. Done by the late Leiji Masamuto's son. Samurai Champloo. Added this one to it. Go Nagi's Violence Jack. This is the OAV series, so it's like 3 OAV episodes, so they're like 40-something minutes each. I love Go Nagi and it's Violent Jack, so this is supposed to be extremely violent. And then, another one from Go Nagi, Demon Lord Dante.
Yeah.
Use 2 hands. Sorry if they're upside down.
Let me go with the samurai one.
The Samurai Champloo? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would go with. Because as soon as you showed that one, like I've never seen it, but I already knew what it was. I remember all my friends watching it.
I've had it for quite a long time. They used to show that on Toonami. Sorry there, Jamie. Probably next time for Jack. Yeah.
It's very highly rated.
Oh, no. Yeah. This is anime classics, too. So when Right Stuff used to bring them out there with slips, you just pick them up and stuff like that. But they used to show this one on Toonami like all the time and stuff like that. There was a guy who did this a long time ago, and they used to do music videos, and they put clips of anime in there. And they did Alien Ant Farm's Extreme, was it a Smooth Criminal, with a fight between the people in Samurai Champloo. It's so good with the dude with the glasses. It's so good. And, yeah, definitely. And there we go. We got some more stuff to watch, and then next time more to add to the. I'm going to add one more to our 3 stacks. So,
Guy,
we'll start with you.
Why I got them?
Yeah.
Of course. So this was just interested in seeing the series, and it was a good price at the time. Disney actually released this as a steelbook and physical release. And I wish it would have been cheaper, but
nice little Best Buy sticker, exclusive no more, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't exclusive to Best Buy.
It just has the sticker on there. Yeah.
I don't think it was exclusive, but it may have been.
Yeah.
And then I've got this thing with Studio Ghibli and steelbooks, and I just had to get them. So
yeah.
It's like the Pokemon craze. You got to catch them all.
Catch them all. Gotta get them all. That's right.
But they're all really nice. I've not seen one that doesn't look good.
Yeah, really.
I like the style. They're very simplistic, but they're like they always choose the right, like really good colors.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just a cheapskate, and all of the stuff that you guys picked for me tonight was thrift shops or gifts. I found this thrift shopping at one of my normal spots. They sell $2 Blu-rays. That's also where I got Fargo. I just heard lots of good things about Book of Life.
That's a good find for series. Yeah,
and
you can
then
pick up a series.
Fargo. Yeah, they don't discriminate against TV shows or movies. If it's DVD, it's $1. If it's Blu-ray, it's $2. And now sometimes the DVD box, like a DVD TV show, might be more because they kind of catch that. But this is on a standard Blu-ray case, so they just priced it like a movie.
Right, kind of like limited
And a
series.
lot of Blu-ray shows,
so long.
a lot of Blu-ray shows are like that. So
yeah, well, you can put more on.
That particular place I go to, they basically charge me like a movie.
Right.
And I want to say that lady, that day that I rang this up, she was like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, and then she charged me $6. So I may have even got it for $1.
Right.
And then my mom got me this for Christmas this year when I told her that I told her I was interested in starting to dip into Criterions, but I was a little tiptoey because they were pricey. So she said that she'd do me a solid and get me all good films.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited to check this one out, because if she's watched it and she says it's a good film, I trust it because
hell yeah,
because my taste in films comes from her, and I feel like I have good taste in films, so it's got to be good.
Oh yeah,
so I'm pretty excited to watch. I'm pretty excited to watch this. I feel like this is another good set, and I'm just going to be basically telling everybody to go spend money and get stuff again next episode, because
that's what we're here for.
I'm gonna love it all.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're all car salesmen here. Samurai Champloo. I remember when I got this probably online, probably off of Amazon, way back in the day, just binging on stuff like that. Still an anime fan, still an otaku, will die one. Just seeing this on Toonami, like I said, and just like it's the whole season, so it's like, why not? Just pick it up. And good sword play. I've seen sword play in this one, and all good. So definitely that for Samurai Champloo. For this one, Megazone 23, the first one, aka Robotech the movie. So this was released way back in the day, and I was glad that the company Anime Ego picked this up. So it's basically all of them. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 is the only one I hadn't seen yet. So I found this cheap off of Amazon. I'm like, oh, now I'll pick it up. And that's that one right there. And finally, kind of complete the trilogy of the films that they did for this back in the day.
Does that have an English dub on that copy?
No. The first one does. They might. Sorry, they're audio Japanese, English subtitles, English with subtitles. So it does. I think it's for the first one, but I'll let you know. Okay, man. Okay, when we do this again. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I mean, kind of the reason for that. I did see the Blu-ray Steelbook at Walmart like last month and stuff like that, but that was long gone. It's like you just had it just to put it up and stuff like that too. But I remember originally seeing the play.
That same Blu-ray Steelbook, I just got it. It's still available on BestBuy.com.
Nice, but just decided just to pick it up for cheap. I saw that probably at Walmart or Target or somewhere like that, and just decided to pick it up. Yeah, it's Spider-Man, and I have all the Spider-Man films on Blu-ray or what have you. And that's what it is. I like the Spider-Verse and add that to the collection. And the animation I've heard is really good for this. People praise the hell out of this one. So yeah, that's why for Spider-Man. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Very dang good. Yeah, very cool. Thank you all for hanging in there. This is kind of a quick one, but that's all good. We don't want to be doing marathon streams like kind of Gizmo does, I don't mind that and stuff, but he has a certain energy I don't have, probably because he has his little one that he helps take care of and stuff, so he keeps himself busy. Caveman over there, you have any plans for future content? We know about one, but anything else?
Yeah, actually, Keith, I think is his name.
Gorphobe.
Gorphobe contacted me earlier today, and we're going to get together on Sunday just for like a round table.
Yeah.
Talking about 5 or 6, he said, of films that we feel like that don't get enough love or attention. So.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool. Check that out. He did contact me. I'm working Super Sunday, so I do have next week off, but my boss asked. I'm like, I'll work Super Sunday because that's just how I kind of am and stuff like that with everything that's going on recently. So it's all good with that. Yeah, you should have fun with that. Yeah, Keith's a great dude. It's up to him if you haven't. He does great watch-alongs. If you like extreme theater and extreme content, do his watch-alongs. He's very knowledgeable, and he has a great collection of stuff himself. Got any other plans there, Mr. Jeffrey?
I am thinking about possibly playing some games this weekend, probably late night gaming. I'll probably be live on the channel. Monday, I have a live stream with Corey over at Wilkie's Music and
nice.
Movies and Music.
Yeah.
We're gonna do movie club, and I don't have the movie handy. I have it on Blu-ray. It was another thrift shop find, but it's called The Gift, and it's on Tubi.
Oh yeah, I love The
So
Gift.
it's got Jason Bateman in it, and it's a Blumhouse.
Yes.
So those two factors alone, I would have paid probably $10 for the Blu-ray.
Early Blumhouse.
Yeah. And
I
I like
really
Jason
liked it.
Bateman.
Yeah.
So
that's a good film. It's a thriller. It's very the ending, dude, is a twist I never saw coming.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So I'll be over there on Monday. I believe we're starting that at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central over there on his channel. So we'll be talking about that. And, I think he's done 8 or 9 of those movie club things. So it'll be just like that. And then one day next week, I'm not sure what day exactly. Anyone that knows anything about Vinegar Syndrome knows their shipping is outrageously like toe tap for waiting on them. But I just got my shipment confirmation yesterday, and it basically just tells me the shipping label has been printed. So I will be doing a live unboxing. I will be doing a live unboxing at some point next week. And I'll be sharing that around on Instagram and on my channel, like in the community tab and stuff. I might reach out to some people and get some guests on there. But I might not. It just kind of depends on how quick it happens and how much I can get it together. But I'll at least do the unlive unboxing and talk about some of the garbage I got from Vinegar Syndrome, because I'm sure some of it's garbage. I got some recommendations from people that I'm like, I've never heard of any of these movies. What's one that you would get one you would tell everybody to get? And I'm sure I know what Vinegar Syndrome is. I have some. I'm sure some of them, even the recommendations, aren't like the best movies, but I'm hoping for a good time. So
all of those except for one that I got with my last order I took a picture of, and I did a live unboxing with that. I'm off next week for vacation there, Jeff. Yeah, if you need an extra one, just let me know. I should be able to join. Most of those are blind buys for me too. One out of those I've seen. One out of the ones I just got with this order I've seen, so I know. Other ones, like you say, are by people from Dirk have recommended it. Other people have recommended it, so I'm like, why not? $10? Why not? Yeah, it's a great site.
Yeah, I mean, $10 and $15 were pretty much what all the movies cost all week long, and then you got to $20 4Ks. Now they didn't have the best selections every day, but like I dipped my toe into Vinegar Syndrome last year during the subscriber sale, and then I only hit one other sale all of last year. So I'm still pretty green behind the ears when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome. So for me, it was a great sale.
Yeah.
Now, maybe their Black Friday sale coming up this year, it'll be a little less exciting because it might be some of the repeat stuff. Like I said, I haven't been with Vinegar Syndrome that long.
Yeah. Vinegar Syndrome has announced it too. They are doing a Valentine's Day sale too. I think this coming Friday. Here, so I'm not touching anything there. But
what got me drawn to them was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I'm a big fan of that movie, and when I found out there was a company releasing it, that's when I started doing more like investigating. So. Yeah, like I said, I'm still pretty new to them, and I only order from them during sales.
Right, exactly.
But hey, I mean, for some of their prices on their sales, it's kind of like, why not? Especially if it's being recommended by somebody that I respect their opinion on stuff. So.
Oh yeah, me too. Like I say, a lot of it, like I know the Dead Pit Boys like to shit on them a little bit and stuff like that, but I understand because. They're different type of films,
and in some ways they're saving films that would never be saved any other way.
That's why I like it. It's like you would never see certain films on 4K and stuff like that too. Like I hate to kind of say it, even though you're right, they're Jeff. TCM2 is like a legendary type of film, but I would see majority of the world would say, why in the bleep would that even be on 4K, right? And you got to hand it to companies like that are willing to do that.
That one, I don't have it. I'm just gonna try to hope that I find a good deal on it someday. But Invisible Man, prior to it coming out on 4K, it was only available on VHS and a YouTube upload of a VHS rip.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
It jumped from VHS straight to 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So like
Isn't that weird, the way that
I
transfer works?
I have to respect a company that's willing to do that.
Me too.
Kind of film
A
preservation.
lot of their
you know?
shot on video stuff that you would see like on TV and stuff like that too, and they're giving props to those creators. Found Footage Friday tomorrow. I think it's going to be that film called Found Footage that Shudder released. It came with like the 3D glasses and stuff like that. I'll watch the 2D version of that. So expect that. Slasher Saturday, it's going to be something for Valentine's Day. So it's probably going to be Valentine with Josh Hartnett. Denise Richards is in that. All the good-looking ladies and young Josh Hartnett in there. It's a slasher. This killer looks like, killer goes around with a Cupid mask on and shit like that. So Scream Factory released it. So I'm finally going to watch that one and give my Slasher Saturday review on that bad boy. Yeah. So future stuff coming up, and then we will hopefully do this something geeky in another 2 weeks, and we'll be back and better than ever. And thank you all for stopping by, whoever stopped by and joining. If you can, slash all the likes to all these gentlemen's streams and videos that they do. Sleeping Bag, kill the subscribe to everybody here in this awesome panel that I always seem to have with these great people here. And thank you all again for the support.
Also, everybody in the chat too that's got channels too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Spicy.
Yes.
Yeah, Spicy 4K Action, Dirk at Subjective Perspective Collective, and just all the nominees and stuff like that. Subscribe, and they all do great content, and just show the love. We all show the love here. Thank you again for the nomination. Just having the nomination is cool enough for me. So the Slasher Dude is definitely humble. In this case, the Geeky Dude. And we will see you all in another average 2 weeks time. I'm Chris C, the Slasher Dude. If you can, again, Sleeping Bag, kill the subscribe, slash the like. We'll see you all awesome people next time. You all take care.
Later.